Welcome, Double D here with the third instalment of the Scottish Corridor campaign for Combat Mission. The campaign is focused on the 9th Cameronians and the 2nd Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders from the 26th to the 30th of June 1944 during the Commonwealth Operation Epsom. I provide some background about Operation Epsom and the campaign in the first video. Please watch if you want some context for the coming battle. In the first two battles, I've been in command of C and D companies of the 9th, with support from the 7th Royal Tank Regiment. In the first battle, the best laid plans, we successfully secured Le Hout de Bosque. In the second battle, I was also successful in pushing the 12th SS Hitlerjugend out of Hamlet de Bernard. This puts the 9th about 8 miles west-southwest of Caen, as you can see on the British operational map. We now move to the third battle in the campaign. Despite advancing beyond Le Hout de Bosque today, the 9th have been ordered to pull back to the hamlet to dig in and hold for the night. Regimental reinforcements have reached C and D companies, so they are back to full strength and they have been resupplied with ammo. As the Monday draws to an end, C Company, 13th, 14th and 15th platoons are digging in at Hout de Bosque when picket forces report sound contacts. It looks like the 12th SS are counterattacking. Intel from Regimental Command points to at least a company of SS infantry and armour, possibly Tigers. Earlier in the day, we had received reports of Tigers which turned out to be a Jagd Panzer IV. So I'm taking the reports with a pinch of salt. We've also been assigned a Bren carrier group, which consists of 3 universal carriers, each with a 3-man Bren team. We will also receive 81mm mortar, 5-pounder RT, and 18 platoon from D Company, and armour from 9 Troop, the 5th and 4th Fars Yeomanry during the battle. Based upon my previous victories, the SS are expected to be veterans, highly motivated and looking to win. It's 2100 hours and we've about 50 minutes of daylight left. It's been raining all day, the ground is wet and muddy, which I hope will hamper any SS armour. This is a defensive battle, which I'm not the best at. But let's have a CO view of the terrain. In front of my left flank are some fields and an orchard. The terrain undulates slightly, but I have pretty good line of sight. My left flank has the picket forces out front, a section from 13 platoon. I'll immediately pull them back, they'll quickly become overwhelmed and there's little concealment or cover to support a fighting withdrawal. You can just see my 6-pounder behind the bocage. To my centre and right are open fields. Again, I have good line of sight. With the misty drizzly rain, my visibility is about 250 metres or around 275 yards. There are a number of homes direct in line with my right flank defensive line, but these are outside of my defensive AO. So let's take a look at my defensive plan. I have 2 objectives, Hansel and Gretel. The orange lines are my setup lines. I've split 2 of the platoons, 13 on my left and 15 in the centre, and I've put one of the Bren group teams on my far right, Gretel. The grey lines on my right flank denote where Intel has German artillery zeroed in. This is a no-go zone, and I've kept Gretel spare of defences in case there is any stray shells falling into Gretel. The 2 purple lines are my 2 6-pounder AT gun zones. My left gun is already in place, hidden behind brocage, sighted down the central roadway. My second 6-pounder is positioned in the command base, in the yellow brackets. The 6-pounder has been ordered to move out ASAP to Gretel to set up with the Bren group. It'll be on the left side of a farmhouse, so should be sheltered from any shrapnel from the zeroed-in German artillery zone. I see 3 avenues of advance from the SS. It could come from one or all 3. As my picket force is on my left flank, the orchard to the south of my defensive line, I'm expecting something, possibly armour, will attack from there. I've placed my forward observer team with line of sight on that avenue of attack, so I can deploy the mortar and arty support as soon as it becomes available to my left flank. With my defences set, let's see how the battle plays out. As ordered, my company FO heads out to my left flank. And my second 6-pounder heads off to its pre-assigned position. The anticipated SS artillery barrage comes in. Its area of fire is much larger than I anticipated. It covers most of Gretel. The AT gun team heads straight into it. My command base comes under fire and 14 platoon take casualties. I desperately try to cancel the 6-pounder's orders and move him away from Gretel. The entire company command team watch with bated breath. I lose a universal carrier and the 6-pounder. I also try to get a section from 15 platoon into hard cover. Meanwhile, as the picket force from 13 platoon pull back, they come under fire. We get our first spot on armour. It's a Tiger. And it immediately opens fire on the retreating picket force. My remaining 6-pounder spots and fires on the Tiger with little effect. I also have SS infantry advancing through the orchard on my left flank. The Tiger commander decides to withdraw. And my 6-pounder bounces shells off of its frontal armour. With the Tiger pushed back, my picket force stages a fighting withdrawal. Platoon's 2-inch mortars, deeper in defence, provide support. section gets sound contacts on the Tiger and quickly withdraw. I try to lay down smoke, but the team is caught in the open. The Tiger has spotted the 6-pounder, but the 6-pounder doesn't seem to have line of sight on the Tiger. Thankfully, the trees get in the way of the 88mm shells. But not the coaxial guns. I get infantry spots on my right flank as they look to advance towards Gretel. And on my left, the rest of 13th Platoon prepare for the assault against them. I continue to lay smoke to try and blind the Tiger. The attacking SS on my right flank look to be potentially a platoon. I've moved a section from 15th Platoon into the farm buildings and prepare to ambush. I then get armour sound contacts on my right flank. It's 2 half-tracks, looks like a HMG and a 20mm. As my section tried to ambush the infantry, they're hugely outgunned. I then spot a second Tiger in the centre. There's also a lot of firepower in the dwellings on my right flank. Looks like MMGs, maybe even HMG. I try and reinforce Gretel with some of 14th Platoon. But they get pinned down behind a perimeter wall. And the ambushing teams from 15th Platoon are forced to withdraw. I tried to expand my defensive line west along the road on the edge of Gretel, using smoke to cover the team's movements. A section from 14th Platoon and 15th Platoon are all that defend Gretel along the northern edge of the objective. 2 section 15th Platoon attempt to provide some support fire to suppress the MGs in the dwellings on my right flank. It has minimal effect. The defenders at Gretel are suddenly faced with a full-on assault from the SS. It's brutal, close quarters fighting. The SS also try a flanking maneuver. But they're pushed back by Corporal Davidson and his bread. My casualties are rising in the defence of Gretel. On my left flank, the SS infantry assault has begun. Just as the regimental support mortar fire starts coming in. The section 2-inch mortar supplements the AG. In my centre, the 2nd Tiger advances. He's firing upon my command base, and the only AT I have is a concealed Piat team. Tiger's advance is single-minded. My Piat mortar whistles over the top. Despite the SS casualty, the tank crews rip apart my defence. Looks like they've spotted my Piat team. One of them successfully escapes. I start to manoeuvre to defend my left flank, trying to catch the SS in the open and flanking enfilade fire. The attacking sections and squads is carrying a lot more automatic weapons than I have. I'm forced to skirmish. With the defenders of Gretel pinned down, I make the decision to try and withdraw them. 14 Platoon CO makes a dash for the command centre. And my lead squad tries to withdraw east along the road. They are chased by the assaulting SS. We then run straight into the rest of the defenders. The entire German section is caught in a crossfire, and they're wiped out. The rifles of 3 Section 14 Platoon are pinned behind the wall. They reload their Lee Enfields with fixed bayonets. The second assault wave begins. The The defenders in the command centre lay down withering fire. And a second German section is decimated from the tenacious defence. The lone Piet team break. In their panic they rush forward. Panicked Brit meets panicked Jerry. The decisive Tiger crew advance into Gretel and dispatch the Piet team. The defence on my left flank is holding, but there is more armour. Regimental mortars continue to rain down. The first Tiger punches into my left-hand objective, Hansel, and the infantry defenders immediately start to withdraw. I adjust the regimental mortars, call in danger close fire right on my defensive line. Great shot, Corporal. But, come on Piet team, how can you not see the Tiger? They see you, and it's only going to end one way. The valiant defenders brought small arms fire and grenades onto German steel. It's enough to make the Tiger withdraw. C Company's FO calls in the danger close barrage. And as the first shells rain in, I suffer friendly fire. The first Tiger on my left flank renews its attack, rolling over my injured Piet carrier. It rolls into Hansel, my left flank objective. And then pushes past my defensive line. C Company has no answer to the two Tigers.
bastards have got armour. Hit the duck, lads.
With the first tiger securing Hansel, I abandon Gretel and withdraw the rest of my infantry. The SS half-track advances down the road, and the second tiger has secured Gretel. The infantry continues to battle for the centre. The bocage gives me a tactical advantage. Reinforcements from D Company arrive, 18 platoon. They've come in from the north on my left flank. The infantry defence in Hansel is starting to crumble. The attackers are also starting to wither. Armour reinforcements from C Troop, 9 Squadron, Fife and 4th R's Yeomanry, 2 Sherman Mark 1s and a Firefly. At last we have something to challenge the Tigers. Tiger 1 is covering the approach of 9 Troop. I order the defenders of Hansel to try and distract the Tiger. And order 9 Troop to tackle Tiger 1. .75 and 76mm AP shells pound its flank. Crew bail. Five penetrations and a ricochet. Smoke from 13 platoon of the Shermans allow us to advance and look to flank Tiger 2. With support from the Yeomanry, we look to retake Hansel. I won't advance the armour without infantry support, but I'm weak on infantry. Only 13 platoon C Company and my reinforcements 18 platoon from D Company are the effective forces I've got left. It's 2200 hours and I'm losing daylight. Visibility quickly reduces to around 50 metres or 55 yards. With the support from the yeomanry, my plan is to take Hansel and then Gretel, sweeping from my left flank to my right. In the reduced visibility, defenders in the centre continue to battle. I'm allocated 25-pounder battalion support. I pause my counter-attack for around 10 minutes, waiting for the 25-pounders. The barrage comes in and hammers Gretel. A stray shell causes more casualties on the command centre. And as the barrage comes to an end, I bring in the yeomanry, 13 platoon and 18 platoon. Visibility is poor and we can't spot Tiger 2 in the dark. I want infantry support, so I have to slow the advance of the armour. The Shermans are too vulnerable to Panzerfaust. Suddenly we get spots, the infantry engage and hell breaks loose. The yeomanry have been ordered to only engage armour, but the infantry is too big a threat, so the Shermans engage. Tiger 2. The Tiger burns, but I lose a Sherman and a support team. In the heat of battle, I continue the assault on Hansel. 3-section 13 platoon and the Firefly advance. '18 platoon D Company also start their assault from the north. The 20mm half-track is in amongst the buildings. The 3rd Sherman advances down the east-west road and deals with the threat. And the 2 remaining Shermans move in to support 18 platoon. It's too much, and the 12th withdraw. It's a tactical victory, securing 2 of the 3 goals. My casualties have been high. I've lost around 40% of my force. C Company has been rendered combat ineffective. So whilst I gained a victory, it was at a heavy cost. With hindsight, I would have done things differently. A deeper defence, The mission brief did warn about an artillery barrage on my right flank. I just didn't expect it to hit Gretel. So let's have a look at the battlefield. Don't forget to look at the bottom left hand corner. You can see the Axis and Allied distribution across the AO. If we look at Tiger 2, took out nearly half a platoon and a Sherman. And if we look at Tiger 1, 15 casualties. Scout over the battlefield and a look at the yeomanry. The Firefly awarded both of the Tiger kills. An SS half-track stuck in the mud. A quick look at some of the Axis forces. And if we take a look at my left flank, the company mortar barrage took out 2 half-tracks. I hope the video was of interest. The 9th took heavy casualties and we'll have to see how that affects the rest of the campaign. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and I'll keep the videos coming.